Hello and welcome to round 2 coverage of the 2021 Dynamic Discs Open, stop number 2 on the PDGA National Tour. You are watching JomezPro with BigSexyBarri, myself, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
In round 1, we saw highlight fireworks from 3 players that we get to watch again today. Eagle McMahon, 100% circle 1 putting. Fairway hits, he was all over the place, 14 under par tying. Look at that. I can't. Paul, you take over.
Ben Callaway minus 13 under par. Wow, what a performance from him.
Ben Callaway has been on fire, doing incredibly well at JomezPro. Hopefully he can do a little bit better this time around on the second round coverage. Chris Dickerson also 13 under. Paul Ulibarri giving us a whole breakdown.
I'm Paul Ulibarri with today's Bushnell hole breakdown. You can find the Edge Disc Golf Rangefinder at the link in the description. Hole 1 at Jones Gold is one of the hardest starting holes in the country. With danger lurking left and right, landing inbounds to start your tournament will be a small win. If you do find yourself landing inbounds, you'll be faced with this daunting upshot. A 370-foot OB carry into a very tight green. Let's see how it plays out.
Teeing off first from Boulder, Colorado, sponsored by Discmania, the 2018 TDO champion, Eagle McMahon.
Even though the rain is down today, the winds are up a little bit, which is going to be the one challenging part about this course, but in good conditions, still favorable scoring conditions is what we're going to see today from these guys.
Beautiful day out here in Emporia. Winds blowing between 13 up to 17 to 18 mile an hour gusts coming from the north. And Eagle off to a pretty good position there. Good tee shot, safe.
From Tampa Bay, Florida, sponsored by Innova, Calvin Heimburg.
Such an incredible starting round for Calvin and Eagle, both shooting 14 under with bogeys. Only 2 pars in the first round for Calvin.
Ooh, get around that.
And it does. Low screamer. Might be a little close on that tree.
From Davenport, Iowa, sponsored by Discraft, Benjamin Callaway.
Ben leading the field, tied with Andrew Presnell all day long until this second feature group came in with a pair of 14 unders.
He's going to throw this really far, and it's just a putter.
Hype music. Ben really likes throwing zones, putters. Ton of power. Great low ceiling drive there for Ben.
And so impressive. I mean, he made the lead at JomezPro. He's a name probably a lot of the fans haven't heard before, and here he is again just a few weeks later. So really in good form.
His first full season on tour. I mean, he has a family at home, and he said, I wanted to do it one time. I wanted to get out there and see what I got one time, and this is his year to prove it. And so far, what a start to the season, making featured cards back-to-back tournaments.
No stranger to the Midwest, just kicking butt in Iowa for so many years. But like you said, Nate, maybe not a name that we've seen on this stage this many times so far, but 2 times in the last 2 big tour events.
That's a great shot from Chris. He beats those 2 trees. He should have nothing in between him and the basket except a ton of OB and wind.
Calvin going Halo Destroyer, probably close to 470 away. And this is looking so similar to round 1.
Look at you.
Oh,
Wow.
Good shot. Calvin.
it's just so repeatable. It's insane how close that is to matching the exact same shot where he wedged it underneath the basket koozie.
Your dog has such high expectations.
Look
Go
at this
in.
bomb from Ben. He's calling go in.
Good shot.
A bit short, but from his perspective, I'm sure that was flashing right in front of the chains. Just 28 feet left for the birdie.
It's going to, I think, super beefy out here. Whoa, it's like stalled. Should be fine though. Should be in. Yeah.
Did that catch a
Where are you going, Chris?
Did that the foliage there? It looked like
It did slow down fast. I'm not really quite sure.
the disc put on the brakes there at the
As
end.
soon as you show, you know, the other side of the disc and that left to right crosswind, it is going to get pushed down, and I think that's what happened.
Oh, and Chris has over-rotated on that approach shot, and he's throwing it straight out of bounds. Chris playing a very clean opening round, 13 under par, and he's going to be starting this second round with a bogey.
That'll do.
Always winning with you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben rocking the Uli hat today. Little Discraft team captain love. Oh, man. Bit high, maybe perhaps a bit nervy, and want to see him get off to a hot start. He really just kicked some real butt that first round at JomezPro, and I don't want to say that he struggled perhaps, but maybe just not quite familiar with that live card action that
Nice,
he
Calvin.
had second round.
done.
And he's got so much skill. Really looking forward to seeing him play today, and hopefully he can.
Good 3. Thank you.
Yeah, the best way to conquer those nerves is to get right back in that same situation. It's a scary thing, but that's the only way you're going to get over it. Is to keep putting yourself there, so I expect it to be better for him today. And
You don't say.
one birdie, par, and a bogey here. I feel like that's usually the spread for the top 4 or 5 cards.
Well, only 6 total birdies on the day on hole 1, whereas there were 14. Or in round 2, there was 14 in round 1. So that right there, just showing how much that wind is playing effect, even though it's not necessarily the gustiest wind conditions, definitely playing a factor and a role in hole 1.
Talk about another hole that's playing completely different than the first round. I believe we had just straight, almost headwind coming up there, and so people were taking the wide hyzer, both sidearm and backhand, and that was just kind of a risky play in this round. So I think we're going to see probably all of these guys going right at it with a mid-range or possibly a stable putter or something like that.
The green is just so tight, and to get up high in that wind, it's trying to lift, and it can get away from you quick.
Eagle coming up short as well in that headwind. Calvin going with AVR X3, not quite getting enough turn before it hits the outside edge of those branches. Looks like Callaway's actually going with a zone.
That's good.
Ain't bad.
Nice shot.
And skipping that up to about 27 feet. Chris, this is high, and this is
Ooh.
not turning over, and that is going out of bounds. Chris in danger of starting off bogey, something you never really see Chris do.
I still don't think we're going to see it. I just feel like
It's not really programmed into his database, so hopefully he'll be able to calibrate his putt and get that par.
ooh, that was a nice effort from way back.
What a slow floater. Good effort from Eagle.
49-footer. You just know this guy just doesn't do back-to-back bogeys. What a save. We saw him hit a putt about this long yesterday on this hole. He likes this basket.
Look at that. No flut on the putt. Staying
Look at
just
that flip. That was fancy.
in the right side. Incredible putt. Way to save that par.
Big moment here for Ben. This would be nice, you know, kind of take the box early.
Buckets. Good
Oh,
putt. Great
that
putt.
was a good putt.
Striped it. So Ben Callaway moving to 1 under par.
Thank you.
Great birdie to get 351 feet with a zone. Slow putter. Awesome play.
Hole 3, par 4, 630 feet, out of bounds on that left side the whole way, and you've got some tough woods on the right. So you want to throw this hyzer shot as a right-hander. Push as far as you're comfortable with around that corner to set up a shot into the green. The right side is not OB, but long is. You can see those white flags on the left side. If you cross that creek, you are out of bounds. The right side, just kind of nasty. If you go in there, you're not likely to have a putt.
Pretty hard to go too far left.
I mean, you say that. It should have been on the last hole, too.
Oh, he hits the tree right away.
Well, that's actually not so bad. We saw Calvin intentionally play that layup play in round 1, and it worked out great for him. I'm sure he's going to do the same thing here in round 2. And look at that, just a 6% release there.
He just likes to set up the hyzer. Just go hard left early, and yeah, I guess just play the hyzer. Stay away from those 2 trees we talked about down there near the green.
It looks like Eagle's throwing the layup, but then you never know. Sometimes it goes like 900 feet when he does that little flick of the wrist. But it looks like it is a little layup there.
Not his play in round 1, yet he saw. And look at this.
Yeah,
Chris is taking taking a page out of the Calvin book and also throwing that layup shot.
Wow, he barely even went left with that.
Very interesting there.
I don't know if you're playing
Come on out,
traditional
everybody.
golf and silliness.
Don't seem like it.
Maybe it'll be a
Chris
second from there.
turned over his shot. So the new game plan that just arrived today in round 2 does not work out.
Oh, buddy, hook up.
And that's trying to fight to stay out of the tree line. And just barely does, creeping up
35-footer.
right around circle's edge.
Hey, Cal.
Wow.
It's garbage.
This is a sizable forehand. What do you think this is, 400?
I think this is a little bit too short for Eagle.
Hook up.
Is he going long OB?
He would have, I think.
Wow.
I think that was sailing to I-35.
I'm not convinced that the layup short play is the money move here.
I think that with the wind
So-
down, it's the play for these guys.
Yeah.
But with the wind
But-
up, I think you want to get 400 off the tee.
I just think they can throw it. I mean, the 400-foot drive is not scary in any way. And these guys are so good at throwing just like a flat, low 300-foot shot. I'm a little confused. I'm in Camp Yuli on this.
Yeah, I'm with you guys as well. I think just those 2 trees make sense to throw the hyzer shot around, but it just didn't work out for any of these guys, really. Calvin's the only person who has a look around circle's edge.
I mean, when's the last time you saw one of these guys botch a 250-foot up shot with 2 trees in the way?
Correct. It's rare. It is very rare.
And now Eagle is going OB. Dickerson putting from the woods. Calvin got a good break off the branches to kind of filter through, and Ben Callaway looks like a genius. Well, he's a little out, but
Nobody looking too genius thus far on this hole.
That's a generous 42 feet. That's
far.
Yeah, it's a long putt, and Callaway has now missed 2 opportunities for birdie in the first 3 holes.
Wow.
So has Calvin.
So hole 3, playing a little tough for our leaders.
Yeah.
I thought it was playing tough for everybody, honestly. I think that the distance almost doubled from yesterday.
Yeah, the wind wasn't great.
The hole got beat up in round 1, playing .3 below par. Actually averaged over par in round 2.
Okay.
Wow.
So there you go.
There's the introduction of the wind and showing why that wind is so important to the course design here, like you're talking about in round 1, Yuli.
Make your putts, and you'll play good.
The first 3 holes averaging over par. From there, for a while, we are going to play some much easier holes.
Starting right here on the 4th, 530-foot par 4, very short, generous landing zone. You see those flags bending off to the left, so you have quite a wide place to land the disc. Just stay short of the parking lot on your first, and then a pretty simple chip shot over the out of bounds. Maybe come in with a sharp angle forehand or a little turnover to try to stay out of the woods on the right.
Bit of a slow start, but like I said, these 3 starting holes are playing fairly difficult, maybe the hardest stretch on the entire course. Hole 1 averaging basically an entire stroke above par. And then from there, only 1 birdie since then with Ben's nice putt on hole 2.
Is this playing as the easiest hole on the course?
It's the 3rd easiest hole on the course.
Okay.
It's averaging a half stroke below par. It's just too easy to play that little sidearm chip shot or backhand to the middle. From there, it's only 200 feet or so to the pin. It's just the only way you can really get yourself into trouble is by turning it over into that wood line.
Yeah, it's got enough out of bounds that I think I have a hard time seeing it as the easiest hole on this course, but it is certainly far on the easy side.
Hole 9 is just way too easy for any other hole to be considered the easiest. And hole 8 and 9, really that stretch at 8, 9, 10 is that turkey stretch that you're really looking to get in the round.
And there's a nice turnover from Chris, a little low, but well in circle 1.
Looks like Calvin's going to play this hole Draco. Somewhere in there, I feel like there's a Harry Potter reference, but I can't find it.
What is a Draco?
It's like a dragon,
It's one of
I
the
think.
anti-heroes in Harry Potter. It's one of the bad guys.
Scary. Eagle. With a little
The antagonist, if you will.
flipper. This is one I feel like kind of you could give it a little bit.
You could, but you're probably going to go in those woods and then embarrass yourself when you're like 24 feet with stuff in your way.
Yeah, maybe like an accidental.
Yeah,
thing,
like
you know?
I love an accidental bid here.
I feel like the bid, if you're trying to do something crazy, is off the tee. And I believe you play with Garrett Gerthy in round 1. He threw a roller,
Went
past
past
the
the basket, yeah, for sure.
and did not make his comeback putt.
Ooh, wow.
look
Let's
at-
go.
Ben snuck it in the bucket there, just keeping that nose up just enough. And now he's got 2 good putts and 2 missed putts through 4 holes.
Throwing the disc well.
Yeah, he's giving himself opportunities. Exactly right, Paul.
Boy, it is a slow start for Chris right now.
1 over through 4 holes. Just he needs to get things going here. These guys are picking up birdies, and the whole field right now is out there just slaughtering the course. Even though that wind is picked up, the top half of the field is going low right now, and if Chris wants to maintain his position in this event, he's going to need to start seeing some green on his scorecard.
Hey, boy, Calvin.
So Chris will tap in the only par of the group.
Hole 5, par 4, 641, OB on both sides. You're going to try to go up onto this earthen dam, try to get as far up that hill as you can. If you're really feeling aggressive, maybe go for the top of the big old berm. And then you got the water carry to the elevated basket. This one is tough because of the wind, and it's tough because of the uphill run-up that you're likely to have if you find the most common landing zone off the tee.
Wouldn't be too surprised to see some of these players intentionally elect to go a little bit shorter off their tee just to, in lieu of having to not have to worry about that uphill run-up.
And this is doing just that. That's at the bottom.
Good game plan, good execution from Ben. And a nice Draco there from Calvin. And that's a really good spot. That right side really opens up that second shot the widest. And it's pretty much up the hill. You know, you don't have to worry about that super steep run up like you do on the left side of the berm.
Yeah, one of the things on this one, big tailwind. So play probably the day before is definitely not the same. The same disc will go shooting in that water.
An eagle goes putter to make sure that doesn't happen.
That was putter?
Sure it was.
This is a midi. commonly referred to as a mid-range.
By amateurs. Professionals like us. All MIDI, all the time.
Hardcore facts. And he's going midi.
I actually think I'm gonna. I think it's a driver now.
Healthy checkup.
So
It's the same disc.
yeah, I know, but I think it was a driver the whole time.
Maybe it was, but either way, he has a short putt, a short-ish putt, 25 feet or so, to get on that good side of the scorecard and try to get back to even.
Get down.
Get down, he says.
I think that's doing exactly what you asked it to do. And I believe this is Eagle's new disc in his bag, the Mutant.
That's what I was gonna say. He's like, oh yeah, well after your putter.
And that worked out great.
Yeah, and we don't really have a choice.
Got a couple new discs in his bag. He's trying out a Splice, which is just a little bit more overstable than an FD3. And the Mutant.
He's really, really good at just like quickly adopting the new stuff. I feel like when they come out with new discs, it's always straight into his bag, and he's found a way to make it work.
Well, I think part of that, oh, look at that, Ben.
Wow.
Hitting brick off the second shot. That'll be a very short putt for birdie.
Like if it's the original.
The Eagle is also able to identify any disc from any manufacturer from behind his back. And that just says a lot about his ability to understand a disc and its flight pattern.
Yeah, Chris.
There it is for Chris. Good to see.
Let's get a good look at what he's holding there. Oh, looks like mid-range, possibly.
Mid-range? If it was, I mean, MIDI, if anything, could be drivey.
Yeah, big old diver right there.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And Eagle
Attaboy, Eagle.
connects on the short putt.
Star frame alert.
Birdie.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Doop dweep.
Was that your star frame noise?
Yeah.
Bump, bump, dump.
Yeah, that's better. That you did it the
No
best.
different playing anybody else.
What did you beep deep?
There you go. A little more fun.
I've been out of the game a little while.
It has been a long time.
You gotta,
that
you
was
know,
your best
I'm-
effort.
I
You're
mean,
better than that.
I mean, I did what I could. Great
Yep.
birdies
Oh,
all
yeah.
around on a difficult hole.
Listen,
All right, so now I don't know what to do on this.
Yeah, see?
Take
I told
notes.
you yours was good. On to number 6, par 4, 565 feet. This one has that small gap that you'd like to set yourself up for. So there is OB on the left and right. You'd like to push left, kind of down near this yellow pole. That's one of the short positions. Then you have this gap shot to the green. It's a pretty easy hole if you can execute those two shots. If you're out of position, then the spike hyzer comes into play. That's not going to bother anybody on this card. These guys are showing themselves to be rippers.
Totally agree. Today, with the winds up, it's that kind of headwind, so it will make that over-the-top shot a bit tougher. So I think you're right. They're going to be begging to have this wide-open gap, low ceiling, kind of skip up there, no probs.
Yeah,
Good.
Ben pushed that, but he got it to stick down in bounds.
good sticky grass there. Emporia not really known for its big skips.
Yeah, this fairway especially, I feel like. You always get a little scared of a skip, and then it usually doesn't deliver much of one.
Great shot, Calvin. Ain't bad.
That's about as much as you're going to see. Calvin putting it in that great position, far down the fairway, off to the left. Eagle going to mitigate the speed by just going with the overstable fairway FD3.
Just a little FD3 hyzer. Swing, buddy. Swing, 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 swing.
Calvin has the most fun on the course, I think.
Needs to be a little more left.
I would have so much fun as well if
Oh
you're-
my
you
gosh.
had the greenest scorecards of all time every time.
Seriously.
wee, FDDD. This needs to hurry. It will not skip. Enough.
Maybe.
It worked. It
I
worked.
don't know. That might be.
It's backhand turnover range, though. I don't think
Yeah.
he's far enough that he's able to swing the sidearm hyzer in. But Chris has been leaning pretty heavily on that backhand in many situations where he could elect to go forehand.
We see this play again.
Yeah. Did this in round 1. Matching that once again in round 2, and
Yep.
why not?
Spankies. Yeah, there's no win. Look at that flag.
What will you have on your tombstone? It's an old pizza reference. Do you guys remember that one?
Yeah, I think I do.
Come on, hook up.
No putt.
That's
All
fine. You
right.
get that.
That's fine. That's okay.
Ben, yeah, it's
Thank you.
going to be a challenging 30-footer, but he's made some pretty good putts thus far.
And you hear him right away. That's fine. That's okay. He's ready to make a putt.
Back to the Draco for Calvin. Calling it short. Not wrong, but not a bad thing.
Yeah, Dickerson did kind of get far enough over there.
Yeah, but with the distance that he got, by not being in the right spot, it really does cut off that angle. And he's going to have to go backhand turnover. I don't think that's going to be a problem. He's got enough ceiling to work the shot.
That's a beauty.
Beautiful. Tough putt, though. He just missed one of those a little bit ago, and then the other one was low. He likes those 49-footers.
Yeah,
Oh.
not a problem.
Look at
Laser
the
beam.
pace on that. Very confident pace, confident height. That is a great putt. See if Chris Dickerson can get a read on that putt. I kind of joke because I don't really think that reads in disc golf work the same as they do in golf. It's a very unique sport.
Let's go.
Able to fit that in the bottom left
Thank
part of
you.
the basket.
Yeah, I think the read was completely different there. One went in at 10,000 miles an hour, and one went in
Right.
at the minimum speed required.
Right. You like those putts that just have just enough to get over that. By the time it hits the chains, it's just dropping like an
Better start
anchor.
going in the bucket.
But after that slow start for Chris, he's got 2 birdies in a row now, getting things moving in the right direction. And we are going to have a back-to-back star frame here on hole
Good hole, boys.
6.
Yeah, we don't want to get, well, maybe we do. We want to get these guys going so we can rack up those charity bucks.
They're coming. The star frames are coming. I feel like there's nothing we can do. Not here from the booth. Not now. Hole 7, par 3, 355 feet. This one has a mandatory that stops you from going big hyzer around the barn. So forehand is a really common play here. It's a little windy, as we've been saying. It makes it difficult to get it out there flat and then break right as soon as you need to without kind of overdoing it and risking going in the road.
The 3rd hardest hole on the course, averaging nearly a quarter above par. And that is going to be tough. Kicking right. That means that Ben is not going to be able to see the basket on his approach, and we saw that from Calvin. Blind approach, throwing it OB on his 2nd shot, able to make the par putt, but that is not the position you want to be in off the tee.
There you go, Calvin.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a rip to get it pin high on this one. It really is. Awkward angle, full commit, and Calvin has been working on that for years now, and now it's just like, doesn't even surprise me, but that's a surprisingly far sidearm for even the world's best.
And I think this gap is just a little tighter than it looks on video, too, because you kind of really want to be high in the gap. You need to, like,
Good shot.
you need to hit a specific part of it for it even to work. So to me, it feels like a nervier kind of tunnel shot than it maybe looks.
Yeah, and when I think about it, I think about just like power sidearms get this hole, nobody else gets it. And then Calvin just kind of steps up and he's like, oh, I have one of those. And
He definitely does. And this guy does, too.
yeah,
He absolutely parked this in round
Let's
1,
go.
and this is looking like another park job in round 2.
Wow.
Let's go, Chris.
Oh, that's why
Just a bit short, but a great putt nonetheless.
I needed to get.
So getting the distance right is so tough. You got to go back and forth, take a look at that pin, trust your distance.
Ooh.
Oh,
In
no.
this wind? Are you kidding me?
Oh, boy.
Flippy dip? You know, I need to throw that
Ben
purple
kind of funny the way he stepped up. He said, okay, well. And now he's looking at this incredibly scary 48-foot putt, death putt.
What?
Whoa.
Wow.
Man. Look at this man
I'm
go.
so surprised right now. I don't
Look how clean it is.
I don't think a lot of people run that.
No.
Much less throw it in at 1,000 miles. If this misses the basket, it's 100% out of bounds.
And even if that spits out, if that doesn't stay in, that just barely held in, all that momentum still pushing through the chains, that thing probably still rolls.
That was sweet.
Incredible par save.
Wow.
Calvin a bit surprised by that result. Never really dropped on him. He'll have to take a par.
Good putt.
Eagle not taking a par here on hole 7. He's got 4 straight birdies. And Chris, after that great drive, just has that little work left, and he has got 3 straight birdies now. So getting things going in the right direction for Chris. And that's kind of what we expected. Once you get to that first start, those difficult holes, 1 and 2 not that easy. Hole 3 playing difficult today with the wind, but after that, really until you get to hole 7, it's all tough. And then after this, these next 3 are must-get turkey holes.
Yeah, hole 8, par 4, just 585. OB on both sides. You can see this creek starts out pretty tight, but kind of moves away from the basket as you get farther down the fairway. A lot of trees late, though, so important to find a landing zone that lets you have a workable gap to the basket. Don't forget about that cedar next to the basket. That is a mean one. If you go under there, you could be 25 feet away with almost nothing.
Also, don't even forget about that cypress next to the basket either.
Oh, sorry.
It might be. I think it's a cypress. But
Careful of the hill behind it. Too far past and a downhiller. Oh,
Whoa,
my
whoa,
goodness.
whoa,
Look at
whoa.
this roller?
Maybe.
What?
I see you, boy.
I thought about it.
What?
That's so sick.
Why?
Can't
No.
remember.
No
What?
way.
What?
Okay. Oh, my.
Great shot.
What?
I don't feel like they even really know how good that is from here. That is...
Nobody told us that was an option or a play that anyone would do.
Oh my goodness, 585, and this grass is thick and Kansasy. Like it doesn't rip through the roller doesn't rip through this grass that well.
Well, he's got the secret of the grass breaker.
Great shot.
Oh, that's a cloud breaker.
It breaks it all. Wow, that was incredible. He is so close.
That was insane.
585, slightly uphill, maybe like thick grass the whole way. And this is.
Oh, you suck. Spawn. Get that.
Oh, Chris, unfortunate there to not get clean. That would have been a decent lengthy eagle look as well with that big drive.
He's still in a good place, but he's a bit frustrated at the moment.
Yuli, was there a tailwind on this hole today?
It was a right to left crosswind tail.
These feel like unusually booming drives.
No, for sure. It was a helping wind. I remember a few people throwing hyzer, and we got farther than we did the day before, for sure.
And look at this rip from Calvin, keeping it low. If this thing gets flat, this is going to be crushed.
Booming.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, air shots do that?
Past all the
8
obstacles.
feet off the
Side.
ground, too. Like,
So was
that was
that
just a
your plan?
bullet.
You scared me the whole
I mean,
time.
obviously.
I was like, no,
I want them to
that's
hurry
all.
up and throw their little upshot so I
Oh,
can see
no.
Eagle
Dude,
putt
let's
this.
go, bro.
Like,
Chris-
we get it. You guys are going to throw it to 2 feet.
Cool,
Yeah, blah, blah,
cool.
blah.
Cool.
Dude.
All right.
Wow, thanks, Calvin.
Great.
Let me know if you see mine.
That's definitely a cool move to wear the hat of your team captain.
For what?
You decided birdies were
I
wish some
Good, too.
wish some of the other guys at this table would do stuff like that.
Do you have a Nate Sexton hat I could wear?
Sure.
I'll wear it, buddy. I'll wear it proudly.
All right.
You got to make the lead card.
Well,
Ooh, that was a bid. That was a good
Absolutely.
try.
why not? I mean, that's a green light go right there.
Oh yeah, do it.
Okay, so now they've thrown their stupid little approaches, and we can see this.
Good too.
Great eagle.
I was ready for him to, like, kind of barely make it.
Oh,
A
he
little
knocked
bit
the
too,
basket
little
out.
too close. Little
So
too close.
Yeah,
that
was
was
closer than we even
nuts.
thought.
That does not show up on our course notes. Eagleable par 4.
Good
That's
birdie.
not
Calvin.
the case. This is the last group to play this course this year, and Eagle takes the only eagle of the entire tournament.
Well done.
Well, you ruined the charity.
There you
Star.
Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot donate. It's not a star frame. It is a galaxy frame.
I mean, I've played this hole twice now, and I haven't had a putt that easy for 3 yet. And he did it for 2. So, haha, I'm no good, I guess. Wow, that's incredible. Hole 9, par 4, 6-13. Interested to see how aggressive a guy like Eagle might get after that success on the last hole. This is in his wheelhouse too. I gotta think that he could go flat to flip up and sort of get himself a look at this basket. It's uphill a little bit. There is out of bounds, obviously, but it's not that in play.
And the wind is, we're moving in the same exact direction as hole 8's. That wind, just like you say, that's a helping wind.
And he did rip it.
I feel like, though, at
Swing it.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's good.
hit the road.
Oh, mud puddle.
If
Yeah,
that
you go.
keeps,
Good shot.
if that just gets down a foot earlier, that is going to be another 50 feet farther.
Instead, he put it in the mud foot.
Mudfoot.
Yeah.
An idiot. I was kidding.
Is this going to get some road?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh.
Still a big shot.
Doesn't make a difference. He's way up there.
Talk about a boomer. Man is
Yeah.
a ripper.
And just look how much he's just like, yeah, I'm here, guys, and I'm one of you. You know, I'm so impressed. Like, he's just making every putt. He's, oh, that was almost a disastrous bounce, but he stays in bounds. That's a scary one to watch.
No one farther than 5 feet off the roadside. See if Calvin maybe gets a little bit more central with this shot, maybe a bit higher. About the same, maybe even
So
lower.
it's impossible to hit the road.
Looks like these guys are
even
perhaps
hit the
playing
road.
that road skip to try to
no, I
get
was
way
just
up
kidding.
there for a look for the eagle. Calvin going to go
Yeah.
ahead and throw that parachute rhino. Nestle that in 5 feet away for the birdie. This is the easiest hole on the course.
It's just hard to even imagine anybody taking a par here.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the par 3 that you just can't birdie. Chris giving in the bid though.
Well, watch where Eagle is. He's going to jump.
Back to back. Mudfoot.
Oh
Ooh,
no!
but he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, but a little road skip right there, no mud foot. and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's putting for
mud
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. See how much he has left. It looked to me, oh yeah, it's not so bad.
A
Still,
little nervy guy though.
Right here in front of these 2 miles.
Oh, nervy guy.
That's what I thought.
that is a tremendously disappointing drop shot. And the rest of the card is going to pick up their easy birdies, but that is a huge letdown for Eagle after that tremendous eagle on hole 8. He's going to come out with par for essentially the whole field there with going 2 down through 8 and 9.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think he was? 100 feet from the basket on the drive? 110?
Yeah, maybe.
There's probably not very many times that it's taken him 3 to get in from that distance with basically no trees.
He was in a weird spot, low ceiling with the branch. He probably didn't want to throw it, thinking go a little pass, and then he did the little Annie, and then he's probably in between jump putts, and so that happens to us.
Absolutely.
Need to knock down that putt though.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Right now, Eagle and Calvin atop at 20. Callaway. Look at Wysocki, though. That's a guy you can never forget about, moving up the board 7 under through the front 9.
Jumping into that 4th place position, there are a ton of low scores. The front 9, the more difficult of the 2 halves of this course. That back 9, folks, come on back if you want to see birdies, because there are going to be plenty of them. There are eagle opportunities. It is going to be an exciting race to get through halfway through the 2021 Dynamic Discs Open.